Hello everyone, how's it going today? Happy Wednesday! So we've got a new set to build. The Friends Botanical Garden came out last year and is by far one of the prettiest sets that LEGO has ever designed. So I'm excited to build this. Fits very well in with their the botanical line of sets, so that's pretty exciting too. I mean, obviously different scales, but it's doing the same kind of thing. Howdy, Bahamut. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's see, where are... There we go. Interesting that the opening parts on the top and bottom on this set. How am I? I am doing well. I am doing very well. And this is just like kind of an example of how the Friends designers are really some of the best that LEGO has on staff right now. Go ahead and toss those aside. Got a large base plate. We have the instruction booklet here. I am indeed. Well, I haven't gotten any of the new sets, and it is last year at this point. So there's a sticker sheet. Not too many stickers, but some pretty good ones. You got like the map of the Botanical Garden area, various display signs and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's a good sticker sheet. Go ahead and put that back in there because I'm not going to be using that. But of course, it raised a bunch of questions when LEGO announced that the Minifig Botanical Garden was going to be the Ideas winner set, or one of the ones that won the most recent round. A lot of people were like, but you have the Friends one. As far as I'm concerned, I'm like, yes, please, more Botanical Garden sets. Howdy, Bahorn. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you very much for that resubscription. 15 months. Very nice. Oops. Let's go in there. There's 5. There's 2. And there's 1. Alright. Get those back there. Get Horse back in because he got bumped off the screen. You love anything blue raspberry flavored for some reason. Well, you can have all of mine. I'm not a big fan of raspberry flavor, be it a blue or otherwise. I don't know, just not to my taste. Not to my taste. All right, a couple small bags here. There we go. And there we go. Yeah, I've been looking forward to building this set for a while now. It is absolutely gorgeous. Raspberry is one of your favorite berries. I'm trying to remember which one, like, raspberries and blackberries look similar, but they're actually very, very different because one is a stone fruit and one of them isn't. So we have a nice, handy guide in the instruction booklet of what everything is. So I will probably refer back to it. I'm looking forward to building the Rafflesia. So we got bonsai, which is not actually a species, but neither here nor there. Prunus mume, Nelumbo nucifera, Plumeria, Sucus and cacti, Orchidaceae, Rafflesia, Nepenthes, Amorphophallus titanium, Strelitzia reginae, Catoria lupi, and Morphopiliades. And we have another teal brick separator. See a lot of fan art of the Gith NPC from Baldur's Gate 3 smiling, and your immediate reaction is as if a Gith would smile. See, my thing is that you should not refer to her as a Gith. She should be a Githyanki, because otherwise that might confuse them with Githzerai, and, well, that would just lead to bloodshed. Go and get our minifigs out. Or even a Pirate of Gith. Wouldn't want to do that. No poison garden section. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of those plants are poisonous. Alright, so 1 is the pond, 2 is that portion of the building, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got it. Do Githzerai smile either? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, keep in mind that you can smile for lots of reasons, like, I'm going to enjoy gutting you, you know? Like that would be a good reason that a Githyanki would smile, for sure. Alright, let's go ahead and make Leanne here. That is her face. Let's get her hair on. It's a cute hairpiece. And she's getting a flower in her hair. Actually, that's a pale yellow. There we go. Let's get that one in. Howdy, Ice Oven. How's it going? Let's see. She has a new color pen. There it is. Alright, so here is Leanne with her new pen color. Silver pen with gray tips, so it's more... Like, the other one is, like, looks kind of like a highlighter or something like that. This one looks more like an actual pen. Or marker. I like her hairpiece. With that little bun there. It's really cute. And her friend, whose name I would probably know if I still had the box and I hadn't tossed it over to the side. But I have done so. So, oops. Come on, focus. Camera. There we go. Interesting jacket. Kind of a jean jacket look to me. I don't know. But yeah, like I kind of feel like the Githyanki character in Baldur's Gate 3 was not made as gauntly as Githyanki typically are. So a sticker for the inside and a sticker on the cover of that book, but I'm not putting that on. And gonna make a selfie stick. Although I don't know why they give us they make us, or we build a selfie stick when selfie isn't in the set. Howdy, Shield of Hope, how's it going? Actually, that is supposed to go that way. I noticed that there's a keyboard on screen. Interesting choice to have the selfie stick camera, a phone, have a text message stream up. Come on, stay focused. Stay focused. There we go. Come on, stay focused. Come on, camera. I need to buy a new camera. I really do. So you can see the text messages there. But also an orange cell phone. Smartphone. Abnormally shaped Lego people. Yep, they're the Friends mini dolls. Not my thing, but they're pretty popular. And he also has a camera with what looks like a telephoto lens. I don't know that I have seen them put one of these pieces on the camera before, but it does look like it's got a like a big telephoto lens on it. Maybe a macro lens, something like that. I'm not like a photographer, so I don't always know these things. Telephoto or macro, one of those. Macro would probably be really good in a botanical garden, so you can get really good, crisp pictures of the flowers. Getting a text just when you got the perfect selfie moment, yeah. You would not say she's gaunt in Baldur's Gate 3? Right, that's what I mean, is like Githyanki are normally much more gaunt than humans, and she's not particularly gaunt. Alright, so let's see, we got dark red for a little picnic blanket. Dark red 1x1 tile. An LPer that I'm subscribed to has actually started playing the Baldur's Gate 3. It's basically the first person that I follow who's actually started doing that. So I can actually see what the game is like. I really do wish that it was 2nd edition. Would you classify the Gith as more reptilian or mammal? I don't know what they are now, but they're descended from humans. Githyanki lay eggs. I do not know how Githzerai or Pirates of Gith have kids. That is not detailed. They look froggy to you. Well, that would be incorrect because that should be a wiggle. A Herwady. I can never remember if her weight is plural or singular. And for that, I hate it. And just go with Herwady. The old ones look mammalian. Yeah, because they're descended from humans. Like, they lay eggs, but they're descended from humans. There is a reptilian race on Dark Sun called Gith, but I'm pretty sure they're not actually related. Alright, there we go. We got our little picnic blanket. Pink 1x1 plate. A white 1x1 plate flower, and some cherries on top. Like the two tabaxi? I mean, in that they're not related, yeah. One of the tabaxi are just humans. There's no cat elements. And then you have the catfolk tabaxi from a different continent. Alright, where is the wine bottle? There we go. Alright, so we got our picnic basket with a wine bottle or water bottle, a croissant, a little cake of some sort. And let's see, do I have... No, I don't. Alright. Let's get that up there. Oh, and I guess we get some greens in there. There we go. More related to... Well, but so, no, they're, like, Gith are descended from humans. They're not human-like or anything like that. They're descended from humans. They wouldn't be the only mammalian humanoids that lay eggs either. Kobolds also lay eggs. Alright, let's get started on the actual botanical garden itself. I would say that it's more, like, illithid modification is what, like, illithid breeding is what caused them to lay eggs. One Dark Sun module suggests that the Gith are the result of some ancient psionic weapon that scrambled their brains enough to leave them barely sentient. Yeah, that's the one that, it involves some, I think illithids and, Githyanki arriving on Athas from the Astral, and it does talk about a potential connection there, but I think the adventure basically concludes that it's like a manipulation. Some people like either the Illithids noticed the name similarity or the Githyanki noticed the name similarity and just ran with it. But I have not been like I haven't read that. I only ever skimmed that module, so I don't know. I don't remember the specifics and stuff like that. Let's see, one by one. Cylinder tile there and right there. Great excuse to bring Athas characters to Planescape. So, the thing is like, because it's pretty easy to get to Athas from the planes. It's really hard to get out, if I remember correctly. It's kind of like Dark Sun in that regard. At least from the outer planes and the astral. There are no barriers with the inner planes. So there's actually a creature, a Dark Sun creature called a Ruvoka, which is actually like a human druid. I think that's just been like the druidic creatures that became elemental creatures or something like that. They're basically human or former humans or something like that. And they're in the Planescape Appendix 3 for... which was all inner planes stuff, and astral and ethereal. There is also a creature in the MC14 Fiend Folio, and it's a intelligent psionic dog, and they claim to be from a desert planet. Which, like, it's unsaid, but pretty clear that they're supposed to be from Athas. Bright green headlight bricks. So there's a few things that have, you know, essentially gotten out of Athas, but not too many. All right, our 4x4 cylinder plate with open center. But yeah, like having like I I kind of noticed it, but I hadn't, since I hadn't really, like, watched anything for Baldur's Gate 3, I definitely was noticing that, they definitely made the Githyanki woman, a bit more appealing to the human eye than typically applies for Githyanki in D&D. I was like, yep, understood. It's kind of shocking how pretty all of the main characters are, actually. In a totally not shocking way. You still find her kind of unappealing? Well, I mean, I will also say that so far it seems like all of the characters are kind of jerks in their own ways. A trend they leaned into starting in 3.0. I mean, 2E had its own form of that as well, but it was generally kind of like reserved for the most human-like characters. I mean, generally, if you got a female elf or half-elf or human on the cover of your second edition D&D material, they're pretty sexy. They're pretty sexy. You know, and first edition as well. Like, I think 3E Githyanki were still pretty gaunt and bony. Well, but they weren't made, like, they weren't intended to be player characters at that point either, so... where are... Oh, I'm doing blue, not green. That's why I'm not finding the proper parts. I mean, I don't know that they made Githyanki as a whole more appealing in 4E. I think they just made that character more appealing. Howdy, little bunny. How's it going? You want to have a domesticated Smilodon pet? Then again, there's also an early quest where you release a female goblin, and it kind of made her appealing too. You know, it's kind of like the Hollywoodism of oh yeah, the ugly girl just needs to take off her glasses and then she's gorgeous kind of thing. I mean, I totally get wanting to have characters that appeal to certain fans and stuff like that. I mean, I have seen plenty of people swooning over Asterion, but throw in some normal people too. So this is a really nice tile to get in here. A 1x2 trans light blue tile with a koi. Very cute. Define normal. Someone who is not gorgeous. Most people are not gorgeous. They can be good looking, but they are generally not gorgeous. I certainly am not. People other than 10 throw in a few 7s of 5s and 4s, yeah. Ooh, get a little lime green froggy under here. Alright, green 1x4 plate. It's actually bright green, I should say. it's light blue, 1x2 plates. Can't be a male hero with more than 3% body fat. I mean, honestly, even the NPCs are more on the hot side than not as well. Also, you'd love to see more people in Baldur's Gate 3 that are like Dorn Ilkhan. I don't know, I didn't find him particularly believable as an evil character. Also, the sound effects in the game are loud. Really makes it seem like horny people made this game. Well, I mean, there's an element of that throughout both gaming and role-playing gaming in general, so. Alright, let's go ahead and get this right on there. So we get our water surface. And let's see. I mean, I'm unlikely to play it unless someone mods it for 2nd edition rules, so, you know, or it'll be, like, 5-10 years from now. Something like that. I'll play it when it's retro. If that. They made it where you could have all the PCs walk around stark naked. I mean, whatever. There we go. Get that on there. All right, so the reason why they have the center stud pieces here is to give these something to rest on. And the interesting thing is that the difference between a piece that has an open stud and a piece that has a closed stud is that the closed stud has the LEGO logo on it, which actually raises it a little bit, whereas the open stud is exactly the height of the difference between a brick with a side stud and a brick on it. So, like, an open stud fits perfectly in here, whereas a closed stud technically does not. So LEGO will not put a closed stud piece right here. It's just an interesting little LEGO geometry thing. So in about 20 years, yeah. If that. I mean, I'm not saying that I will. I will definitely play it sooner if anyone mods in 2nd edition rules, though. I am unsure that that's even possible, but... Oh, it's EU4 and Victoria 2 music. Get a couple more clear headlight bricks on there. 1 by 1. And a 1 by 2 tile. There we go. Just rewrite the vast majority of the game, please, modders. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, there's a lot of mods that are like total conversions. So, I mean, on short notice, I don't know that I can easily find something that I could play without risk of content ID. So I'm playing stuff that I know does not get content ID. And it's like, you know, 17th, 18th century music, which, you know, you get a lot at this kind of location. Modders will take a year to make a pet project. They'll take more than that to make pet projects. Yeah, they'll spend many years on pet projects. I don't know if there's anyone who cares enough to do that. I'm just saying that if someone did do that, that's kind of a guaranteed way to get me to play it earlier. I mean, if it comes up as a Patreon request as well, that would be also something that would get me to play it, so. So yes, if people want to see me play Baldur's Gate 3, you know what you need to do. Join Patreon and rally people to your cause when I next do a Patron's Request thing. Right, so Paradox has like explicitly not put in like specifically said that they will not content ID their music to so that because they want to encourage people to play their games on YouTube and stuff like that. So I know what I'm in for. Alright, there we go. 4x4. Let's get that right there. And the 1x1, and then that one in there. A couple more macaroni. And a 1x2. There we go. Nice little border around the pond. It's very cute. Little froggy in there, some koi swimming around. I like that. How do you even make the Get the Yankee 2E compatible as a PC? Oh, there's rules to generate them as NPCs. So you just use those. There's 2E rules to generate them as NPCs. And you could theoretically play them. I mean, really the only thing that you would want to do if you were going to allow them as a PC is you take away some of their special powers, which I strongly suspect are not in Baldur's Gate 3 anyway, like plane shift. So we've gotten this piece before in yellow, and I think once in like green as a rubber ducky. And now it's just a regular, probably a duckling as opposed to a duck. So it's very cute to get some actual duckies. And it's the same piece as used for minifigs. So I don't have to not use it if I want minifig compatible duckies. And this, of course, is a painter's palette in green. Actually, bright green. This is used as lily pads. Which is really cool. I love this this usage of them for lily pads. All right, Nelumbo nucifera. I don't know what those are. I'd have to look them up. What site would be hosting my videos? I'd be surprised if YouTube isn't still around. There's no real competition for YouTube. And YouTube's been around for a very long time already. But 20 years is a long time. Who knows? It is possible that they would fall. Like, I would say that it's pretty much guaranteed that YouTube will still be around and still be dominant in 10 years. 20 years, it's harder to say. TikTok is the closest thing to competition. Well, TikTok and Twitch are both competition, but they're not exactly competition in the same way. You don't do long-form pre-recorded videos on TikTok and Twitch. That's not what either of the sites is good for. You would have to have some other, like, YouTube would have to bungle things, number one, and there would have to be another site that's actually good for 20-minute, you know, like, anywhere from 20 minutes to 30 to an hour-long video content pre-recorded. Right, but so MySpace and LiveJournal, like, the competition for those basically do the same thing. And there isn't any website that does what YouTube does that is anywhere near a competition, and there hasn't been for a long time. I mean, YouTube's attempting to get into, like, shorts and streaming and stuff like that, but they're really still, you know, like, it's still more of a, it's a thing, it's there. But if you want to do short-form video content, you know, specifically, you go to TikTok, and if you want to do streaming, you basically go to Twitch. Like, there's just no real competition there. Like, it's a thing that exists, but it doesn't doesn't really come close to being actual competition. The main real competition for YouTube is just eye time, like people watching something else, and for that, Twitch is definitely a competitor. But then so is, like, Netflix and just video games in general and stuff like that. It's all about what are you spending your time doing as opposed to what is another site that does long-form video content. Pre-recorded video content, I should say. All right, spare parts. We got 1x1 plates in bright green, medium nougat, pink, white, and dark red. 1x1 tiles in white, dark red, beige, and one of the various blues, and trans light blue. 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles in bright green, and that same shade of orange. Not orange, blue. I was looking at these. 2 bright orange 5-petal flowers, 1 bright yellow 5-petal flower. 1x1 cylinder tiles in light nougat and medium nougat. Magenta cherries. Dark pink 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. A spare silver and dark gray pen. Black 3L bar. White 2L bar with stop. White 1x1 plate flower. Clear angle connector with stud. And a black 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg. That's a lot of extra parts right there. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I only heard of, like, I don't know how long Nebula's been around, but it's been around for years. I literally only heard about it yesterday. Yesterday was the first I'd heard of it, so, it's not really, like, it's niche. And again, like, either YouTube would have to screw up, or another platform would have to really, really offer something substantially beneficial that YouTube does not. And I can't see that happening. I was just watching a video. Legal Eagle video, I think it was. And he does, like, in-video sponsorship, so... That was a, thing that made me hear of it. I think it was, like, on his video about My Cousin Vinny. Or one of the other, like, reviews. I was just watching some of those yesterday. I was like, kind of bored. All right, there's the other lady whose name I do not know. Addie, I think it is actually. I think that's her name. Let's see, does she have a? She has scissors. I think she's taking care of the place while the master's away. Info-based creators have taken Nebula over and kind of spun it into its own thing. Let's see. Let's put that up there, and that up there, and that up there. There we go. I mean, I've watched some of Legal Eagle's videos before, generally, like, his analysis of, like, lawsuits. But that popped up in my feed, and, A, I like My Cousin Vinny. It's a funny movie, and B, my father really liked My Cousin Vinny. So I was like, oh, you know what, let me see what an actual lawyer thinks about this. There we go. Get that wall in there. But yeah, so I mean, like, to get back to the point, there's just no, like, in some other specific markets, like Japan has there's a website in Japan that's really big in Japan, but only in Japan pretty much. Maybe some other Asian countries too, but so, like, unless that really branched out into the in the West, and even then, like, its use is rather different. Like, having comments actually pop up on screen at the timestamp that they're made, I wouldn't want that on my Let's Plays, for example. Big in Japan? Yes. Well, Big in Japan is also a term used for a band that might not be well known, but in their home market, but does become large, like popular in another market overseas. Like, there's some American artists who are, you know, have like no hits here in the U.S. and aren't well known, but they could be huge, like super popular in Japan or Germany or something like that. Yeah, Nico Nico is the one that I was thinking of. Couldn't remember exactly what it was. This is a very rubbery plastic here. Very soft, rubbery plastic. Making a little tree-type plant. David Hasselhoff in Germany. As a musician? Any new LEGO sets that I'm excited for this year? Well, we don't know what's coming next year. This year, we are getting the Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr, so I'm looking forward to that. We are also getting the Medieval Market Village, which is going to be just amazing, I'm sure. As a musician. Oh, okay. Crooks Shadows comes to mind, had a top 5 dance hit on the US charts and little recognition. So, like Big in Japan is a song by Alphaville. I don't know if they were actually big in Japan. But the 90s band Mr. Big, they had one hit here in the US. You'd know it if you heard it. I can't remember the name right now. I like it okay enough. But they're like big in Japan. Like actually big in Japan. So much so that like they do tons of touring there, and that sustains them, and you know they've only had one US hit. A medieval market next to a Lord of the Rings set? Probably not. I mean, I wouldn't display them next to each other, but I mean, you could. The medieval market village has a little fortress section tower thing that matches the Lion Knight's castle, so it would work next to the Lion Knight's castle. Let's see. I mean, obviously there's some sets that just came out that I'm excited for. There's a Friends Mansion set that I'm looking forward to. In fact, I actually ordered it because it had some gift with purchases specific to it. So I'm like, oh, I wanted to get it anyway. Might as well. No, there are no. I'm sorry, I had to cough. No official pictures for Barad-dûr or the medieval market yet, unfortunately. There are some on Reddit. They're preliminary, low resolution. I don't know why LEGO hasn't taken those down yet, but they have done takedown message notices earlier than that. It might be that they felt that it was too late, like the Pandora's box was open for it. I don't know. But they're coming out in March, I think, maybe April, something like that. April is also when the D&D set is due out, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. The Eternal Question, which are the two towers? I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be minus Morgul and minus Tirith. Get a 1x1 plate over here. And then we get our... Like, this piece has been around since the late 80s. I'm kind of surprised that they still make it. But I'm happy about it. There we go. Get that right in there. forming a waterfall coming on down to feed that pool. Very nice. Very nice design there. Yep, most definitely. And not just the Friends mansion set either. There's a bunch of other good Friends sets that just came out as well. I'm not super big on the space sets that are coming out right now. Not my thing. I mean, I like space well enough, but I would rather have more classic space. And there's classic space references. It might be classic space adjacent to a certain degree, but it's not classic space, and I'm perfectly fine saving my money. I would rather get actual city sets from the city theme as opposed to space sets in the city theme. And I still haven't even gotten all of the city sets from last year that I want. So alright, let's flip that around, get the angle piece right there. And a 1x2. I mean, a space city would be interesting, but that's not exactly what they're making. So gray 1x1 plate flowers. And it's no knock on the sets at all. They're cool. It's just not really my thing. I know a lot of people are excited for that, and for that I'm happy for them. But yeah, I'd rather get an apartment building than a space station. It's not a very big space station, Bahamut. It's not particularly large. There we go. And that goes on right there. Like, I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, there's some ideas set, like some sets that came out late last year, like the Orient Express, are also things that I'm really excited about. It's not exactly 2024, but I mean, it's right on the cusp, so it kind of counts. There we go. Get that succulent there, and this succulent right in there. How about a space diner or a galactic malt shop? Well, they're not exactly making sets like that, though. And I don't foresee them making sets like that. A little too whimsical for that line. Now, I was thinking if I redid the museum exhibits and put in an exhibit on Mars, I'd have to put in like a little display of what might aliens on Mars look like, and then have the two Mars aliens, ones that came out this year and ones that came out many years ago, in there. Succulents and cacti. Succulents and cacti. There we go. One right there. And one right there. Slams down a pic of what an alien from Mars would look like, courtesy of Doctor Who. I mean, it's more that they're whimsical from Lego's perspective. And I don't think that's what... You know, it's not a knock on the idea at all, El Bunny. And if you want to make something like that, I applaud it. I mean, that's very much in the vein of, like, Space Quest, and I'm all for it. I love Space Quest, but that's just not what LEGO is building. And I think that the market for those sets would be smaller than, like, kind of traditional spaceships and space stations and aliens and stuff like that. And we get some windows on over here. There is there are a couple ISS sets. I mean, one of them is fairly old, and the other one is a couple years old, and I think it might have already been discontinued. But they're also not minifig scale, so. You don't know why, but the diner is still your favorite part of the Space Quest games? Yeah, well, no, I mean, it is one of the best parts. But partly it's because it's so ridiculous. It's not really feasible. But the Space Quest games have never really cared about feasible. Hello, putting a 10-foot ladder in your pocket. Let's see, a 1x4 half tile there. Clear 1x2 by 5. You can see that, let's see if I can get this on screen. There's a scratch on this. Let's see if it, there we go, all right. So right there, there's a scratch. And let me tell you, there is a lot of belly aching among LEGO fans about that kind of thing. It doesn't bother me too much. I mean, obviously, I would prefer not to have scratches, but at the same time, it's like, it's a toy. I'm okay. Gary Owens is the best part. Yeah, he was really good. He was really good in Space Quest 4. And I think they brought him back in 6. I haven't played 6, so. Alright, 2 arches. Alright, 1x8 Technic brick. Don't know why they're using a Technic brick rather than a regular brick, but maybe we'll find out. I mean, there is space there, so they might have something hang down. Although, no, okay, I do see some Technic pins. Yeah, alright. Friction pin right there, and 1x2 Technic brick with 1x2 plate on the back side. There we go. Interesting way of locking that in. Alright, the 1x1 bricks with capital elements and 1x1 plate flowers. Get these on the top. Trying to think of what else LEGO is coming out with in the near term that I'm aware of. I mean, there's a lot of Star Wars sets and Harry Potter sets and Marvel sets and stuff like that, and some of them I might get, but for the most part, it's meh. I'm looking forward to both of the just-released minifigs, which I need to go out and get some for the instruction sheet. And then the next one, the space one, that I'm looking forward to. I was a little disappointed by the female retro spaceman, space woman, being pink and pastel as opposed to like red or something. Just because it like the male one from one of the series that I think we finished. Yeah, I think we did that one already. I don't know if I have one around here that I can pull out. I mean, I know I do. I think it's just in a box around here. No, not the classic Spaceman. The retro, as in like the 1930s Commander Cody, Buck Rogers type guy. Someone else made that distinction, and they immediately went, "Oh, why do they have to make a female? The other ones are generic." And I'm like, that's not what they're talking about. Which I'm not saying that that's what you were doing. Now let me get the let me see if I can get the figure. Hold on a second, because I know I have one. Where are you? There's got to be one here. There's got to be one here. Where are you? There he is. All right. Let's see if I can get him out. I got a big box of minifigs. There we go. Female version of this guy. So the female version of this guy is like pink and pastel, and this guy doesn't have traditional male colors. So I was hoping for something a little less like traditional female colors kind of thing with the pinks and the pastels. I mean, I don't have anything against pinks and pastels, just it feels too obvious, if that makes sense. Hoping for a little something surprising or different. There we go, and another 3 by 3. So something like red would have been, I think, really nice. Oh well. Pastel colors are like what would it happen if you fell through a wormhole and ended up in a My Little Pony cartoon? Well, not exactly. It feels a little like Art Deco-y, I guess. Whereas, I mean, that's Art Deco-y, but it just felt like over the top. Whereas this guy doesn't feel over the top color-wise. You know? If this guy was over the top, like real flashy colors, like golds and blues, alright, yeah. I can, you know. Feels like it would make a bit more sense, but because he's not flashy and over the top, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to fit to me. Guessing that they're actually taking a big chance with doing a focus theme. Well, I mean, I think the bigger chance is on what the theme is as opposed to it being focused. Because, like, obviously the Marvel ones were focused. The Disney ones were focused. The Looney Tunes ones, the Muppets ones, those are all focused. But they're also all licensed. And that's, you know, that's a little bit different because you're kind of connecting with a different audience. Kind of have to, like, connect with an audience that is wanting space stuff. Which, there is an audience amongst LEGO fans for space. My worry is that there aren't enough kids who are going to be interested in it. Because there's a lot of callbacks that they're making with that. So that's kind of my wonder. Now, if it does well, my hope is that that will mean that we'll get to see, like, a focused castle theme, which would be awesome. Maybe a focused pirates theme. But they've also done some other focused themes as well. Let me pull out something. Where is it? And not just license, but like the that one is Series 18. You know, these are all costumes. They're all costumes. And then, of course, Series 23 was all... Was it 23? Yeah, 23 was all holiday-related and generally costumes. So, like, they've done focused themes, but it's just... Yeah, I don't know. So, like, there's an element in my mind of how much of a risk is it really? I'm not sure, you know? I'm not sure that it is actually a big risk. We'll certainly find out. Yeah, they've had some, like, they had a Great British or Great Britain Olympic one, but that was, like, only in the UK. So that's one that I have not bothered going to like going back and getting, because I don't care about Great Britain that much for that. Howdy, Tozzer, and how's it going? Like, no offense to the British by any means, but like if it was like generic Olympians, I'd have gone for it. But you know, if there was an American one, you know, if it was like America gets an American one, Great Britain gets a Great Britain one, and there was also a German soccer team one where it was like every single one was one of the players on their current national soccer team or something like that for World Cup or whatever. That was weird. Definitely not one that I I cared about going to get. You're still sick? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get better soon. There we go. Get our doorknob on there. Brick on top. So that's kind of why I'm not sure how much of a risk some of this is. I feel like I used a gray one where I should have used a white one somewhere. Or I used a white one where I should have used a gray one. Hold on. Were there white ones in here? No, there was white ones in here. Alright. I think. Alright, I want to make sure, because I'm worried that I've used the wrong piece somewhere. Let me double check something. No, I do not see a... Oh, right. No, it was on the, on that. Okay. All right. I'm okay. Had a little wonder for a second. Focused kitty theme would be nice. I mean, an animal theme in general would be pretty awesome. Get some new animal molds. There is a Friends-style capybara coming. I wish that it was not Friends, but... If someone really wants a Lego capybara, that's something you can do. There we go. There's a lot of extra space behind these, so these do not, like, it's harder to get them straight because there's so much extra space there. Okay, there is the gray flower. Oh. My bad. I thought there were 4 of these. There are not. There is only 2. There we go. And 6 of the 1x2 round end plates. Horse needs a capybara friend. All hail the power of the mighty brick separator, indeed. As much as I complain about having so many of them, it is a complaint about having so many of them, not that I have one at all. They are extraordinarily useful. I just don't need a billion of them. Tempted to do a version of the Everyone is Awesome set, but with every brick is awesome, and it's just all brick separators, just so that we can get different colors of brick separators. Alright, so spare parts here. We got silver scissors. We have a green 1x1 dome light. Lime green 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. A gray tap. Black friction pin, a dark pink 7-petal flower, a gray 1x1 plate flower, coral 1x1 tile, and a white 1x1 quarter cylinder plate. And Everin Rose, rating with a party of 17. How's it going? Not allowed to do a song set until I watch the movie? Of what? Oh, no, not a song set. Just a version of the Everyone is Awesome set. Let me get you a shout-out there. Oh, I was beaten to the punch. Thank you very much. And howdy, Streisand. How's it going? This looks super pretty. Yeah, the Botanical Garden is just absolutely gorgeous. I've been looking forward to building it for a little while. I think you were told at Fibs, my hands make me look like a real person building Lego, not a Lego person. We'll see. I'm actually right over here, just using magic to generate some fake hands to build the Lego. You did, in fact, call me a Lego person. Well, how's it going? What were you up to tonight? When did the Lego Friends line come out? It was around 10 years ago, actually. Yeah, the Rainbow Figure set. That's the one that I'm referring to. Just replacing the figures with brick separators. Sims 4 for you today. I just got the horse pack. Nice. I've never actually played a horse set. I mean, not a horse. A Sims. A Sims game. You told everyone, Rose, that you're going to ask me to take my head off. Oh well. So here, I'll show you what happens if I take part of my head off. See? And I can put it on and be a very derpy dragon. I'm a dragon. You wish you could swap out heads? Migraine? New head time. That would be nice. Derp mode isn't my default? No, it's not. See? This is what I normally look like. With that grin, too. Especially after I make a bad pun. I'm awesome? Thank you. Thank you. Alright, but we're actually going to take a short break from that for just a moment, because it is about time for us to do some minifigs. Let's go ahead and get our sheets out. There we go. Alright, so Series 20 here. And let's see. Let's grab this one. Alright, we only have one figure from this set left. Dirt mode being default. Never, never. Alright, so let's go ahead and start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Go ahead and get your predictions in. You're about 2.7k away from 30k hams. Beware. So you're warning me about that you're going to choose a terrible game for retro streams, huh? So I need to be careful. But go ahead and get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? The only one that we have not gotten on screen is the Pinata Kid. So we'll go ahead and get our predictions in. About a minute 10 to go. You have two terrible game choices in mind. Oh boy. Oh boy. Laughs in 111,274 pickles. Well, it's a shame that you can't use pickles on the channel as points. They're not allowed. They're not allowed here. No pickles. I'm Pickly, the pickle sprite. No pickles. All right, about 30 seconds to go. Glory to Big Pickle. No. No. Never wish glory to Big Pickle. I look forward to seeing what Hessen is going to come up with when we get to Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Don't tell him I said so. All right, just a few seconds remaining. Let me go ahead and get my timer all ready. There we go. And all right, that is closed. Okay, and go. All right. I think I feel an extra plastic bag in here already. What do we got? Feel a ponytail. Who has a ponytail in here? That is not hair with... Oh, alright. 46.92. We have the, speaking of sports, we have the track and field Olympian. The ponytailed slacker? Sadly not. Alright, yep. What was not... Oh, the spear. And the base. Interesting. I had forgotten that is what came in the separate bag. Alright, so that was 46.92. Let's choose that prediction. 20 to 50. Complete that prediction. And who is getting the hams? Elil, Lord Canis, Isovan, Shield of Hope, and Everin Rose. Very nice. Getting the hams. Elil with a big ham drop there to get the majority. Red Hyena and Kinshir going for within 20 seconds. Preskich going for 50 to 60. And Bahamut and Lel Bunny going for no. Points indeed. Points indeed. Couldn't think of it for just a couple more seconds. Nope. 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 I can't sandbag. Alright, there we go. So I know that this guy comes in a separate bag, so when I felt the plastic bag in there, I was like, oh, am I getting it? Am I getting it? Am I going to be able to move on to something else? And it was like, no. There we go. Give her the discus and the javelin. Just remember, if you want free javelins, become a medical examiner. I don't think they've actually made white spears in other sets either. So this joins my line of spears, which includes a Translite Blue. There we go. And her numbers 0937. Flip that over. Of course, it's Lego. And we get an extra gold medal. Okay, so there's that. We're still not done with that one. Get her up there. Let's go ahead and bring down the Ninjago Movie. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 left that we have not gotten. Alright, let's actually roll for this one. Wait, wrong die. Alright, 3, so we're going for the middle again. This middle is getting very light. Forgot to roll for the first one. It's terrible. Alright, number 2. Alright, so let's start our prediction. You can all guess what is inside the minifig pack. So we are looking for that lady. We're looking for Garmadon. We're looking for that lady. And we're looking for the rocker. See if we can get one of those tonight. I'm actually guessing no, because I don't think that... I don't know that there's anything new left in that middle section. But we shall see. We shall see. It'd be kind of a shock if there was. Your D20 is saying 15, so that would be Vacationing Garmadon again. So we'll see how it goes. Minute 10 to go. Murder the cornflakes. Wow. I can't understand why you hate cornflakes so much. They're the best thing ever. Even better than Minotaurs. Hee. No Minotaurs. Alright, 50 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? But yeah, speaking of other things that I want in other colors, the brick separators and these 3x4 half tiles are what I want in other colors. I really, really do wish that LEGO would like have the every minifig set have a different, unique color for them. You fear Ald might be taunting a dragon? Lil Bunny isn't a dragon. You'd make a joke, but you'd think it'd be in bad taste. Alright, predictions are closed. Alright, let me go ahead and reset the timer. And go. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Something large. My gut is that this is the one of the other... the third fishman that it took us so long to get, but I haven't felt the other part. What else could it be? Here's feet. Alright, yep. Alright, 34.57. It is, I do believe, that other fishman. You are in the Chinese Zodiac. Well, congratulations on it, because it's the year of the dragon right now. AKA the year of me! Alright, that is correct. Alright, so a 34.57. Let's choose that prediction. That is 20 to 50 again. Alright, let's see. Who got the hams? Kinshir, Shield of Hope, and Ice Oven getting the hams there. Red Hyena, Everin Rose going for within 20 seconds. Preskitch going for 50 to 60. And Bahamut and Lel Bunny going for no. Alright. So we did get another one of these guys. The mace head actually did come out in a previous series, so it was not new to this one. But it's actually a fish lady. I do forget that. There's her face. She has a scar. Would probably make a good warrior woman head. And give her a fish mace. It's a really, really long mace. It is a really long mace. I just bonked the camera with it. That's how long it is. I'm definitely going to get some use out of this anglerfish head as well. Just like put a black minifig head in there, and you can use that as just a fish on its own. So that's pretty cool. There we go. Alright, so that is our second of her. The polearm mace, yeah. Here's some ham to sandbag just a little bit. Ham. Alright. Let's go ahead and once again pull from our hanger of Series 8. We'll grab this one. Also, I need to get the sheet out. That hanger is running low. Okay. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go. Get your predictions in. So we have gotten The skier, we have gotten the businessman. We've gotten 2 of the Bat Boys. We've gotten Shakespeare, or the actor, actually, is I think what that one's supposed to be. Because there's actually a Shakespeare in one of the Lego Movie ones. And we've gotten 2 of the pirate captain. Do I know what my Chinese zodiac is? Not offhand. I can never remember. It's nothing that feels actually relevant. Like, it's not an animal that I particularly like, if I remember correctly. Alright, about a minute to go. Get your predictions in. Will we get to the evil robot, the conquistador, the lederhosen guy, the cowgirl? So not the pig, then. No. I think I would remember if it was the pig. The football player, the classic diver, the fairy, Santa Claus, which would be appropriate. Although, also, boy, do I have a lot of Santa Clauses. The music fan, the cheerleader, or the alien queen. I'm hoping for really any of those at this point. Not the rabbit. No, I don't think so. And I've never believed in the whole idea that what year you are governs anything about, you know, your personality or anything like that, so. Alright, just a few seconds to go. Just naming out the, like, if I could remember what it was, there's not that many. I don't think just naming it would work. I genuinely do not remember. I'd have to go look at what the year was. Alright. So, predictions are closed. That was your first time betting with the with that 12K. Was tempted to bet the entire 42K you had. Well, let's see. You can always keep doing it. All right, and go. Let's see. What do we got? What is this? This is a small piece. What has a small piece? What is that? Okay. Oh, ho, 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 ho. 20.01. Oh, man. That kind of hurts. It kind of hurts. 20.01. Let's see if I am... I'm correct. Yep, it is the robot. It is the robot. All right, let's choose the prediction. That is 20 to 50. Complete prediction. All right. Ice Oven with a 250 wager, getting 8,477. Very nice. I did that on purpose. No, I did not do that on purpose. I did not do that on purpose. Red Hyena, Kinshir, and Shield of Hope going for within 20 seconds. Preskitch going for 50 to 60. And Bahamut and Lel Bunny going for no. I did not do that on purpose. I really was trying to get that under the 20. That's what you were going to predict? Yeah, you should have. Should have gone again. Beep boop, I'm Kilroy. Give him a claw for a hand. Give him the helmet. And give him the laser gun. Beep boop, I'm Kilroy. So, interesting design. I'm not seeing anything that's referencing anything else on this fig, which is kind of disappointing. It'd be really cool if it had like a Blacktron logo or something like that. But it is just an evil robot. Exterminate. 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 I am not Robot Babambo. I am not your friend. I mean, if I gave you what I was, it would be pretty easy to work back what year it was anyway, so... D20 was off by 1, indeed. Alright, so those are the minifigs for tonight. Let's go ahead and get back to our garden. Alright, some large plates. Put those to the side. Well, right. See, he's not a Dalek, which is why he's not saying, "The Doctor." Because if it was a Dalek, then he'd be saying, you know, something like that. In addition to exterminate. All right, Bahamut, have a good rest of your evening. Thank you very much for coming on out. I mean, I haven't looked it up, Lel Bunny. I literally do not know what I am, what zodiac animal I am. Like, I wasn't lying before when I said that I didn't know. But I also feel no inclination to look it up either. Alright, we get a 3x4 half tile there. There we go. Well, so, I mean, if I told you my age, then, or my year, or, like, even if I told you my animal, then you could work back what my year was. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's just one of the reasons why I'm not particularly inclined to look it up. That's true too, Mad Martin. That's true. Could get doxxed by accident. I'm not too worried about that, mainly because, A, I'm not big enough and I'm not, like, controversial enough. And I'm not a woman. Like, I mean, those are the things that tend to get people doxxed. As crappy as that is. So it's just more of a I don't need to share everything kind of thing. What animal are you? Yes. He is the Zodiac, all-encompassing. There we go, get that on there. And brown. 1x2 half-cylinder tiles with center studs. And let's see, there's a 3x3. Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, it's actually not hard to figure out some of the stuff. If people really want to figure it out. I don't have to make it easy for them. That said, there is also a website that had my age wildly incorrect. One of those, like, you know, people database things had my information wildly incorrect. I have no idea why or how they got it that wrong, but I don't have to correct anything either, so... Like, male content creators can get stalkers and stuff like that, but it's not common. Women have to worry about that so much more. It's really shitty. I mean, it's shitty for anyone, but like, it's just shitty that women have to worry about that so much more than men do. Alright, there we go. Get this right on there. Okay. I should probably rotate this around here. Yeah, you can sit down, that's fine. Get a better work frame from there. Okay. 1x3 tile with 2 studs on there. 4x6 with 4 side studs there. So I'm really curious what they end up doing with the botanical set that they greenlit for the ideas, because it's technically a modular, but also like hides it fairly well. And like, they've never chosen a modular before, so everyone's kind of assumed that they refuse to choose modulars from ideas. But we're probably 3 years out from seeing what it becomes, so... D&D question, are there any dwarf deities other than Moradin? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lots of them. You want monster mythology, or better yet, demi-human deities for all of the Forgotten Realms ones. You got Moradin's wife, Baranar Truesilver. There's Clangeddon. Marthamer Duin or Muamon Duathal, depending on the source. Ladugware. Deep Dwera. Technically, you've got... okay, no 1x4s. Technically, you've got Darinka and Dinkarazon, Thardhar, Abathor, Vergadane. Who else have I? Hala Brightaxe, Dumathoin. So yeah, there's a lot of... I feel like I'm definitely... Gormgulfin? Or is he gnome? No, I think he's dwarf. Yeah, he's dwarf. So yeah, there's a lot of dwarf deities. Dwarves probably have the second richest pantheon after elves in D&D. Do I spell that with an O or an A? That is the only place it has ever been an A. And considering all of the spelling errors in... and I know what you're referencing to. Considering all of the spelling errors in Pirates of Realm Space, it's pretty clear they just didn't care. Howdy, Calidor. How's it going? There's also a deity that I found a single reference to, Cador. So I wrote him up. that. A deity of revenge. I did mention Gormgulfin. It's Gulthyn, I think. Oh, Sharon Blar, I forgot about her. So I hope that answers your question. I think it did. I think it did. Yeah, the gnomes could use a little bit, and the halflings could use a little bit. Very much so. Excellent. Excellent. Now you have a rabbit hole to fall down. I would highly recommend picking up demi-human deities. There's a PDF, like you can get a PDF of that from DriveThruRPG. That is going to have your best information about the Dwarven deities, although it is from a Forgotten Realms perspective. All right, we got our bamboo piece. Need the angle connector in green. There is someone else that I think I have forgotten in that list as well. I am trying to recall. Get that. All right, there we go. So it's an orchid. Orchidaceae. And that goes right there. There we go. And now for Rafflesia. Is it dark red? Yeah. Dark red and a regular red leaf. Has homes in no less than 7 rabbit holes. So there's a product called Races of Stone, and there's also related ones, Races of the Wild and stuff like that. And they had some additional deities for some of the races, except they weren't really additional. They were more... They functioned more as replacements. Like, you basically get an alternate Dwarven pantheon in Races of Stone. You get an alternate alternate gnomish pantheon in Races of Stone. And then in Races of the Wild, you don't exactly get an alternate elvish pantheon, but you do get deities that don't really work well with the existing ones. And same thing, and then you get, with halflings, you get an alternate pantheon. One that, like, is just slapped in there as an afterthought, too. Yeah, it could be a truncated elven pantheon. Like, there isn't exactly overlap, though. Like, you can find ways to fit it in, whereas, like, the dwarven one is clearly an alternate. The gnomish one is clearly an alternate because you have like a deity that's essentially Erdlin. And yeah, the halfling one is very much the same, but then you get like just like one page for most of those deities. But Dalathon doesn't really work with the existing ones very much. That interpretation is not good, I don't think. But that's also me. I mean, I know people who like it. It just works better as, like, other deities not of the same pantheon. That's one reason why I have not written any of those up for my Monster Mythology project, because I don't think they work together, and I like the deities working together. Like, you kind of either need to take that pantheon or that pantheon kind of thing. You like Dala since she embodies a sneaky halfling rogue stereotype? Right, but we already had that. That's my issue, is that we already had a deity for that. Blanking on his name right now. Now, he's good rather than kind of neutrally not good, but it's fine. All right, Amorphophallus titanium. This is the famous corpse flower. Aboleth noises. What was the name of the book? So Races of Stone has dwarves and gnomes. Races of the Wild has elves and halflings. Each of them also have a brand new race as well. They may have some other 3E races. And then there's another one, Races of something, that has, like, other human deities or something like that. I forget. Stone also had Goliaths, right. Races of Destiny, that's it, yeah. Oh, if you mean the 2E book, Bahorn, I was talking about demi-human deities. That is the second edition book that I was talking about. That line of products is still basically like the best deity supplement ever produced. Well, that's one of the problems with producing a race that's only in a supplement, and that isn't doesn't get kind of featured in a setting, because they weren't really making many settings there. Forgotten Realms doesn't need more. Like there's not really space for most of those in the Forgotten Realms, although they probably did put some in. Gems, flowers, archosaurs, Roman history. Is there anything that I'm not at least at some level of expertise in? I mean, yeah. There's quite a bit. I like science and history, essentially, is what it boils down to. Oh, and this plant here is Strelitzia reginae. I think it's a bird of paradise, but I'm not positive. This piece here is a minifig mohawk as well, which is fun. You may have purchased the PDF for the book from Drive-Thru RPG and downloading now. Well, I hope you enjoy it. It's a good one. Non-D&D RPGs is a weakness of mine, yes. That is definitely something that I do not know much about. That is not wrong. Where is the clear connector? There it is, and 1x2. And obviously there are portions of history that are like areas of history that I don't know a whole lot about. But I mean, I also look for, like, one of the things that I tend to do is when I'm working on my deities, I'm tending to, you know, like, look on Wikipedia for inspiration and stuff, so. Bet I don't know a lot of shoujo manga either. That's true. I don't. I don't know a whole lot. I know some, though. Alright, let's see. 3 1x6s. And a 1x8. There we go. Wait, 1x4 and a pair of sand green 1x2 rail plates. Some types of information just stick in my head. And as much as I hated school, I loved learning. I think the reason why you tend to build your own pantheons for your primary setting worlds is because it makes things feel a bit more unique. Like playing clerics at times in D&D. So at least some deity info is better than practically none. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy playing priests as well. And there are no supplements that give more deity information than the Avatar series for 2nd edition, which is Faiths and Avatars, Powers and Pantheons, and Demi-Human Deities. Like, the reason why I started my Monster Mythology project was because I wanted them to make a 4th book, which it obviously would have been more than a 4th book, but that covered, like, the monstrous deities that were in Monster Mythology. Because they did the demi-human pantheons from it. And they never did, so around 2010, I started thinking about it and decided, you know what? If I'm not going to get this, this. I mean, obviously, once 2nd edition was done, I was like, this isn't happening. At the time, I was hanging out with some other people who played 2nd edition as well, so it was very much a case of, like, I'm not I'm still in a 2nd edition community. I'm not getting this information from TSR Wizards of the Coast, so I might as well make it myself. So that's what I did. All does Batman? No. I don't have a utility belt. There's a really cute little flower pot here. And dark red 3-leaf element. Very nice. It's a very cute little flower pot. I really like it. There you go, on either side of the door. Alright, so spare parts. We got another, we have a red set of spiked shoulder pads. Bright green 3L bar, a green bar and angle connector, 2 pink 5-petal flowers, a bright orange 7-petal flower, beige tooth horn, dark red 3-leaf plant, coral heart tile, 1x1 tile, heart tile, turquoise 1x1 cylinder plate with underbar, 1x1 plates with hollow studs in green and dark red, dark gray 1x1 cylinder tile with a top peg, brown 1x1 tile, brown 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, and orange 1x1 flower plate, or plate flower. The one thing you like about 5e that drives me up a wall, no alignment restrictions on classes. You never wrap your brain around lawful good. That in the OG Paladin code was kind of limiting. It really wasn't. I think a lot. I think a lot gets made out of restrictions from, and I'm not saying that you are. You do. But I think a lot gets made out of them that are more misunderstandings than anything else. And TSR never did a good job of explaining alignments. But the thing is like, yeah, I mean, they're supposed to be limiting. The restrictions, like the restrictions aren't a surprise. Like they aren't. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play a paladin, and then halfway down the road, it's like the DM is like, aha, you broke this thing that you didn't know existed. You go into it knowing what's happening, kind of thing. You don't think anything did a good job about explaining alignments? Planescape did, because alignments were so critical to it, I think. The 10 magic items thing was rough. It depends on the game. It really depends on the game. And, like, if a dungeon master is being so strict about that with, like, protection scrolls and potions, I think that is silly. Like, I don't limit Ocker to 10 items that includes potions and scrolls. I think that is silly. Because they're meant to be used. But, like, four weapons? 4 weapons is more than enough. 1 suit of armor? More than enough. 1 shield? Perfectly fine. You're not going to be carrying around multiple suits of magical armor and shields. And then 4 miscellaneous magic items. Well, you can only wear 2 rings. If you've got magical armor, then you're not going to be wearing you're not likely to be wearing a magical cloak, because there's only a handful that really work with that. And a lot of the miscellaneous items are really not warrior-related anyway. So, I mean, if a pair of gauntlets of ogre power come along, or a girdle of giant strength comes along, and Ocker wants that, yeah, he'll need to think hard about what he's willing to give up. And I think that's a good thing. I think making choices is a good thing when it's known what you're making a choice about. Like, I had an issue in Baldur's Gate 2, I think it was, or was it Baldur's Gate 1, where you're making a choice and it's not clear, you know, like you get no information about what effects the choice has, and the kind of objectively good choice harms you, that was not good. That was bad. And, like, one thing that didn't really come into 2nd edition, but showed up more in 3rd edition and later, were things like heresies where you'll have, like, good gods with evil sects and stuff like that. And my issue with that is, you know, like, how does this work? Why is the deity has, like, big control over granting magic, granting their power. So when you get a heresy that is pretty clearly antithetical to what a deity stands for, how is that working? You know? If the heresy is actually false in that a different god is granting the power, like, you know, you've got a heresy of Saloon that is actually, you know, Shar is the one granting the magic, that works a bit better. You know, you can do something like that, but a deity is going to be like, you're working against me here, against my goals. You're not getting magic anymore. All right, Bahorn, have a good night. Thank you very much for coming on out. Or a certain set trying to usurp the Yuan-Ti from the World Serpent. Yeah, like another deity trying to horn in, that works fine. Yeah, I mean, that works just fine. And they may do it secretly, they may do it underhandedly, but like if you have a deity of like who's neutral good, who believes in XYZ, then having like a neutral evil heresy that believes in ABC, why are they getting power from that god? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, heresies heresies work really well in the real world, where you cannot objectively get information about your deity and your deity's beliefs and everything like that. It doesn't work so well in a fantasy world where the deities are real and actual characters. Now, you don't have to like play them and have them like roll on in all the time and doing stuff, but they should definitely have goals, and they should definitely want their followers to work towards those goals. So I just find like conflict with like between faiths works a lot better in D&D than conflicts within a faith, unless it's purely purely material. Like a deity is not going to care so much about how the church is organized, you know? Should this particular priest be in charge of the temple? Deity's not going to care about that. So you can get a lot of good mileage out of that kind of thing, that kind of conflict. So I really like this use of the saxophone pieces here as pitcher plants. It's a great use of the saxophone pieces, and in a new color. All right, pair of foliage pieces. We got some magenta leaves. Like, the deities give their followers the power, and the followers have the free will to use the power. And the followers are generally going to be using the power because they're true believers in the teachings of the deity. Some can definitely be, like, very cynical and be like, I just want power. I will do what you want if it gets me the power. That works, too, for some deities. So you can make really interesting faiths with that, which of course can have its own kind of like adventure potential and conflict potential, but it's still ultimately going to be about, you know, what the deity wants. And if you start doing things that the deity doesn't agree with, the deity is going to be like, no, you're not getting any more power then. So if you've got members of the faith working against other members of the faith, you either have to have a deity that feels that that is furthering their goals, like a deity of pure chaos might be fine with that, but like a deity of order is not going to. They're gonna want their people to work together. All right, let's start getting the. There's gonna be a nice skylight here, which I'm looking forward to getting on there. Should look pretty good. 2x2 half tiles. Why is there a 1x6 and... Oh, I guess it is a new bag here, now that I think about it. There was a 1x8 and a different bag. And for this bag, they decided to just go with the 1x6 and two 1x1 tiles. Hard to figure out how an organization dedicated to a being of chaos isn't an inherent contradiction. Well, it wouldn't be particularly organized. There's another scratch that you didn't notice until now. Kitty's gotta love him. Yeah, I hear that a lot from people who have cats, actually. Like, chaos doesn't have to be, like... I mean, obviously a pure chaos individual is yeah, like they're generally not going to have a strong hierarchy and stuff like that. But you can still have an organization even if they're not organized, you know? It can be more of a, a loose association. That works pretty well. You know, and people constantly working against each other to gain power and position within the ranks and stuff like that. You can have that. That works pretty well. It's kind of like when there are people who look at the Elven Imperial Navy in Spelljammer and are like, that's too organized for a chaotic good race. It actually works just fine. If you assume that, you know, there's a lot of local autonomy kind of thing, and, you know, there's general orders in terms of, like, go to the sphere and protect it, and you're kind of, like, it's kind of left up to you how you protect it. That works fine. You know? You can still have ranks within a chaotic organization. He's such a toother that sometimes the claws get lost in the bite pain. Okay, so we take the, it's actually a Technic panel in that it's got Technic loops on the ends here. Let's get 3 L bars fitted in there. Let's not close it just yet in case we, nope. Alright, we are closing it. All the way down. Oop. Alright, let's see, we got 6, flesh-colored light nougat 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles. Yes, that is the Lego dragon over there. Try to weave in a little bit of duality even to the good gods of your world. God of light, justice, and nobility, also being an arrogant jackass convinced he's in the right all the time. Yeah. No, the deity that I'm working on right now is kind of like that, actually. He is specifically described as an arrogant boor. There's a very provincial outlook on things as well. And that's like one of the things that I do with my the way that I play the Elven Imperial Navy as well is they're definitely arrogant. I mean, you know, they're elves. They definitely believe that they are right all the time. But part of that is because, like, I mean, elves are long-lived. They've been dealing with stuff a lot longer than most others have. So it's like, you know, it's not so much that they're not going to believe you if you tell them that, you know, if you tell them something that they disagree with that they think is incorrect. It's that it's like I'm confident in my knowledge. So you're going to have to prove to me that I'm wrong. But once you actually prove to me that I'm wrong, I'm convinced, and I'm all on board, kind of thing. I feel like the Elven Navy would take a look at the elves of your world and wonder what kind of drugs they're on to not have that long-lived arrogance. Well, and you could also, I mean, you could have elves just be like, you know, very much not interested in worldly affairs and stuff like that, too, because they're so long-lived. Everything will work it out or something, you know? Like, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, too. How many Botanical Garden sets did I get? I only have this one. I might get more later, because they've got great parts, and I would like to turn this into a modular. But I may also see what LEGO comes up with for the Botanical Garden idea set. Alright, spare parts. White 1x1 plate, 3L bar, 1x1 tile slope, 5-petal leaf, light nougat, 1x1 quarter cylinder tile, red friction half pin, light lime green tooth horn, brown bar with clip, medium nougat, 1x1 cylinder plate with bar, clear angle connector with stud, and clear 1x1 cylinder tile with B pattern. And like there are Elven worlds that are not interested in associating with the Elven Imperial Navy as well. Like it's not a monolithic organization or anything like that. Or even a monolithic ideology. Like, there's a lot of people who have kind of a very limited black and white perspective on certain things, and they look at some of the not great things that the Elven Imperial Navy has done, and they're like, organization is entirely evil. As opposed to understanding that it's an organization of it's called an empire, but I see that as, like, you know, the Elven Imperial Navy. I see that as a mistranslation of Elvish. And they operate more as, like, a confederation of Elven nations that are autonomous, and they act as, you know, like, the external protector, the military that protects the those Elven nations, kind of thing. But they don't conquer. They don't, you know, like they're not an empire in that sense. They don't go around conquering and colonizing and stuff like that. And, like, they blew up a planet in gray space, but that was an act of the local Elven Imperial Navy as opposed to, like, orders from on high, in my view. And not only that, but the act of doing that basically killed all of the people with knowledge to do it again. So, it's like, you know, they can't even do it again. The people responsible perished in the attempt. And it wasn't, I don't consider it actually sanctioned. But they were also in a war. And bad things always happen in war. It doesn't necessarily make the entire organization evil for perpetuity, kind of thing. So it's like more of a nuanced view of it. alignment system ignores politics. Why do good aligned nations fight? Because there are issues that come up that have nothing to do with alignment, essentially. Like, if you're worried about another nation's trade power and stuff like that causing you, your nation harm, is it, and you can't come to a negotiated settlement, is it evil to do so? Not really. Could you go to war, like, have a trade conflict? Can you have territorial conflicts? Sure, I mean, the big thing is, like, a big thing to remember is that, like, alignment doesn't exist in the real world. It just doesn't. You can't really turn, like, real world philosophy into alignment, and you can't turn alignment into real world philosophy. Like, you can point to actions in the real world that fit alignments. You can't really point to people that fit alignments very well. And one of the reasons is because, like, one thing that needs to be, you mean that alignment test you took was wrong? Like, I'll put it this way. So, in the D&D multiverse, good is a measurable force. You can cast Detect Good. You can and you can detect that certain things are good. You can cast Protection from Good, and a creature that is good will have trouble attacking you. Good and evil aren't actual forces in the real world. You gotta, like, come up with philosophies to explain what is and is not good. Whereas in the D&D world, I mean, obviously it helps to think about it, but ultimately, these are real forces. You can empirically know what is good and what is not good. And what is evil and what is not evil, kind of thing, So that's why it's called alignment, because you're aligning yourself with these forces. Same thing with Law and Chaos. And there's plenty of nuance there, too. But it just doesn't operate the same way as it does in the real world. And one of the reasons for that is because, like, if you think about it from a real-world perspective, it's really difficult to actually go adventuring. Like, what kind of actual justification within a moral and ethical framework of the real world is there for adventuring, There really isn't. There really isn't. I like being able to go adventuring, though, so I'm willing to suspend my disbelief of real-world ethical issues and work within the frame of the fantasy ethics. Just like, there's fantasy physics. D&D does not, like, the D&D worlds do not have physics the way that we know it. Not just from, not just if you look at Spelljammer, but dragons can't fly in the real world. Like, they cannot physically exist. They could not be able to breathe fire. They could not be able to spit acid, breathe cold. Like, real-world physics just prevents all that. You can't even have giant ants in the real world. So there's all kinds of things that are just very, very radically different in the fantasy world of the D&D multiverse. So why shouldn't other things be? That's essentially my point of view on it. Wait, if dragons can't exist in the real world and Alda's here talking, existential crisis. Well, see, I have magic, you know? That's the key difference. My magic is superseding that. Because, you know, I hate to break it to you, but I'm actually not from the real world. I'm not from MTV's real world. Oh, phew. Existential crisis averted. But not a rogue AI. That's not necessarily true either, in that, like, yes, theoretically, if we had higher concentrations of oxygen, but there are a lot of other issues, and you're still only looking at a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Like if you look at the, I mean, there are some really big bugs that live in the world today. Like there are beetles that maybe not quite this big, but like they're big old beetles. But some of the biggest insects are like the stick insects. They have a lot of surface area for their size and stuff like that. And that's the same thing with the some of the biggest insects from the past, the dragonflies. A lot of surface area for their size. There's a whole lot of other things that limit the size of insects beyond just oxygen. Such that you probably would not be able to like go to another world that had life. Theoretically, find another world that has a lot of life, and they just happen to be, like classic D&D giant insects. All right, Morpho Pleiades. That is a very, very pretty butterfly piece. I'm glad that they started printing these, because that is gorgeous. Alright, that one is right here. Flip it around, and all right, let me get you guys out of here because you're taking up space that I need. All right, on this side, we get 2 1x4s and 3x3 macaroni tiles. Alright, Translight Blue 2x2 tile with center stud, which is my first one of these. Very neat piece. Let's have giant butterflies in the world instead, and all the fuzzy caterpillars too. Caterpillars would wreak havoc on plant life. Butterflies would be great, though. At some point, they started hollowing the studs on 4x4 radar dishes. I don't know when they did that. There we go, another 2x2 radar dish, and a 3x3 Translite Blue radar dish. And a birdie right on top. That is a gorgeous looking fountain. That is a gorgeous looking fountain up there. Alright, let's see. Now, this side. Fuzzy toxic caterpillars. Alright, let's get these 3x3 tiles on. Got some 1x1s. And a 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles. There we go. So because of this curved part, we don't get the full side like that. But that works pretty well. Alright, the 2x4 round end tile. That would have the sign there for the Botanical Garden. And then we take these pretty nifty dome elements, which I haven't gotten any of these before. And this is one of the reasons why I would need 2 of these if I wanted to make a turn this into a botanical modular, because we only have 2 of these here. So I'd want to make a full dome. Reminds me a bit of the Buffalo Botanical Gardens, but they borrowed from Crystal Palace design. Yeah, it's definitely drawn from that. It's definitely drawn from that. Like the Crystal Palace. Alright, let's see. There we go, flip it over, get the 2x2 plate with underside Technic pin, a 4x4, not a 4x4, a Technic, I don't know what that would be. It has 4 clips on it. Technic piece with 4 clips, we'll go with that. Okay, flip it back over, and we have Chitoria Ulupi. These are the light yellow butterflies. Go with the black ones. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Alright, go ahead and get these on. Yeah, we've gotten a few of the butterflies before, but I think only in one set have we gotten them printed. And none of the black ones. I think it was just these bright yellow ones. They only started printing them recently. Then again, we've only had them for like 2 or 3 years, so... Okay, and then the black butterflies. Did I get the big butterfly insect build? Not yet. I do want that, though. Because that's very pretty as well. Make sure those are all straight. Yep. All right. Actually, we're gonna put them down a little bit. There we go. And clip that there. Clip that there. There we go. You can have the butterflies spin around up there. Oop. OBS disconnected and reconnected. Hopefully that did not break the video on Twitch. It'll be fine for YouTube. Thought it was on your end? Nope. I mean, I haven't dropped any frames, it just briefly disconnected, so I suspect that may have been a Twitch issue. It was real brief, so... But still, annoying. Hopefully it did not break the video on Twitch. Just because that's annoying. I don't like having to deal with that. And there we go. 6x6 radar dish on top. Looks like it reset the timer. Well, poop. Then it did. If it reset the timer, then it did break the video. Alright, so spare parts. Wait a second. I should not have 3... I see. I should not have 3 flowers because they go right there. And right there. Alright, there we go. Alright, so spare parts. A white 1x1 plate flower. Darn it, yep. A white 1x1 tile. It's a sign you must be off to bed. Alright, Mad Martin, thank you very much. I hope that you have a good night. Thank you very much for coming on out. Light lime green 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Red 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. And an... That's bright orange. 1x1 cylinder tile with orange printing pattern. Okay, bag number 6. This is a fairly small bag. The butterflies were too beautiful for the stream. Could be. Could it be? Alright. Let's see. We get a little placard. Okay, next up. Brown axle connector. Straight axle connector. And then we have an angled axle connector, number 3. I will probably never remember the numbers on these. Another straight connector. Yeah, I'm running a little slow because I'm actually tired. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, so I could have finished it earlier, but I've just been running a little slow. And yes, I do want to do the whole build. I kind of want the Wednesday builds to just be a one stream build, whereas Friday is like I want to do that's my night for multi-stream builds. I might even put put more sessions in. I don't know. Well, some of it's like I mentioned at the beginning of the retro stream. I'm going to shake things up, probably when FF6 is done. I will definitely not be streaming less, but like my Wednesday Wednesday morning streams are being a problem for me, and I need to get that one not. Oops, there's actually a leaf in here. I need to get that one off my schedule. Like that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do retro anymore. It's just I need to move it around and stuff. Because it's being a problem and it's causing me issues. Like, it's my most canceled stream for a reason. So there we go. So I might only do Retro Mondays? No. Monday is always going to be, like, a long stream. I mean, it might be a retro game at points, but it's always going to be a long stream. Where I, like, have a lot of time for a larger game kind of thing. Okay, this tree goes right in. Oh, right in there. There we go. And it's interesting using these flower these star pieces as flower elements. But I'll probably wait until Final Fantasy VI is done because. Like, when I finish Final Fantasy VI, I'll have done all of the pixel remasters, and at that point, I will be doing something completely different because there's no more pixel remasters to do. So that feels like a good time to change things up a little bit. Monday's going to stay the same. There isn't going to be any change to Monday. There's no changes to Saturday noon Spelljammer. Kind of thing. And I'm not planning on doing fewer streams. Oops. I mean, if anything, I'd do more streams. Like, I did add in Spelljammer Pirates of Realm Space, but that's also not a permanent thing. They didn't pixel remaster 7? Nope. They're doing another form of remake for that one. This looks like a pincer. You know, like, grab something and lift it up. It's kind of weird that they don't do brown ones of these. Because it's like, we put the half pins in, and then we get brown 1x1 cylinder tiles on there. That's fine. But then if you flip it over, you got the gray. It's a dowsing rod. Go find water with it. Oh, yeah, hey. Here we go. Water. Cool, refreshing water. Alright, let's go ahead and make the almost the same exact leaves. Get you on there. Do kind of wish that I had a little bit more water, though, because it is my throat feels scratchy, and I think again that's more the tiredness than actually being like thirsty. I might have chosen a different Lego set for tonight if I had realized that I was going to be a little more tired than I thought I would be. But it's fine. That's the nature of it. I mean, we've had fun conversations, so that's the important thing. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Alright, so first one set of leaves. Now the second. Like the A-frame cabin? I don't think the A-frame cabin is smaller. I'd have to go look, but I don't think it is. Probably one of the actual botanical collection sets. Those are smaller. I also have a bunch of small stuff that I could do as like a, you know, we're just going to do a bunch of small stuff tonight or something like that. But that can be another night. There we go. That goes on right there. And this one goes on right there. There we go. Alright, so let's see, get that. Actually, it feels like they are turning like that and like that. There we go. There we go. So we have the kind of a double-trunked tree, I think is what it's kind of supposed to be. And I'm pretty sure there's as plumeria. I don't know what kind of tree that is. But get a little placard on right there. Alright, spare parts. We got a 5-pointed star in bright orange, 1x1 cylinder tile in brown, carrot top in brown, and a gray Technic half pin. Alright, and now we have the last bag. That is going to get turned around there. There we go. Lots of pink leaves. And there we go. Alright. A-frame cabin versus Botanical Garden at 282 versus 1072. Yeah. It's probably not that long. I think that's that's more of a an extraordinarily conservative estimate. So I've had a few things that were saying that kind of delay on shipping, and they still got it to me in a matter of weeks as opposed to months. Right, but what I mean is, I think that they're putting up there an extraordinarily conservative estimate. Just in case things don't go the way they want, but also to make it so that it's like, oh hey, they said 2 months, but I actually got it in 3 weeks. Thanks, Lego. You know, kind of the way Scotty said that he always gave wildly improbable, like, not wildly, but he would always estimate much more time than he needed so that he'd look like a hero. Making a little bonsai tree. Because I've had multiple things that were saying ships in 60 days, and I was like, it's okay, I don't mind getting it in February, and then I got it in December, so. You know, and it's also so that if it does take that long, then it's like, you know, hey, we told you it was going to take this long. Okay, and we take our little branch pieces. Get a brown 1x1 plate. Yeah, they basically sold out of a whole lot of things for winter. From the sales and everything, and just Christmas in general. There we go. So these are the fur collar type pieces. We just had a pair in the museum for nests, dinosaur egg nests, and they're using them here for some leaves. And this is a really nice use of it, like a really nice use. Yay for LEGO profits? Hopefully. I mean, one of the main reasons I like to shop from LEGO Shop at Home, besides just the like gifts with purchase and stuff like that, is just that I like LEGO getting the sales directly kind of thing. You know, if I bought from another retailer, LEGO would only be getting like half of it. Yeah, so I heard, Calidor, that every Christmas they do that. All of the, like, they have the two categories. They have the best sellers, which they can get to you in like 5 days, and then they have the everything else that normally ships in like 2 weeks or more. And all of the non-bestseller stuff they have put out of stock. It's not actually out of stock. They're just like, for the holidays, they don't want to handle those sales. Like, they don't want to handle dealing with those orders. So you can probably expect a lot of that stuff to come back into stock over the next couple weeks or so. That's my understanding. There you go. Get a watering can there. And get a fern piece, a green angle connector, not that deep, a magenta flower, or a leaf, and a magenta frog. There we go. Let's get him turned upward. Oh yeah, let me get a closer. Dang it! Get off pieces, thank you. I wanted to get a closer view on the bonsai tree, and it decided to explode on me. There we go. So I really like the way that they did these leaves with the collar pieces. Very, very nice. And then this piece, this flower, if it'll focus. There we go. Froggy making up the part of the flower. This one goes right there in the middle. And we make... Oh, wait, was there... Oh! No wonder. I missed that there was a piece that was going to prevent this from going down further. There we go. Alright, let's make 2 more. There's 1. And 2. Get those parts. The fern, the flower plate, and the angle connector. Get you right on there. And the third one. There we go. Those are very, very nice. Look at that little set of flowers there. Very pretty. No problem. Don't worry about it. Alright. Next up. Okay, we got a bench to make. Let's see, where are the 1x2 plates? There they are. Okay, 1x2 plates with clips. 1x2 round end plates. These are fairly new. 1x3 plates with round ends and holes through the studs. So those are pretty cool to get. And a black 1x1 cylinder plates on the bottom. There we go. Get that on there. And then on the front, we got a pair of 1x4 tiles. Go ahead and turn it around. Okay. There we go. 1x1 plates with round clips. And then we get these black snake elements. And they're making basically wrought iron kind of backing and armrests. Why not a matriarch? What? And then we get a pair of them for armrests. clip it on. And that just makes a fantastic, fantastic bench. Isn't that a gorgeous little bench design? I love the black wrought iron made with the snakes. And that is going to go right there. Okay, then a pair of white 1x8 tiles here. And there. Alright, we got our dark red leaves again. Get you back there. Howdy, Last Raven. How's it going? The M1000RR set last week? I'm not sure what that is. See, that gets right in there. Oh, the Technic one? Yeah, I don't know vehicle names very well. Alright, red 4L axle and a 3L axle there. Nice. I kind of want to get the John Deere Technic sets, because I like those kinds of vehicles more than, like, cars and stuff, generally. And they look like fun builds. You're a motorcyclist? Ah, yeah. Forget people don't know them. Yeah, I get that way with some other stuff, too. I definitely understand that. Okay, first of all, get a bar with clip right in there, and a bar with clip right there. Finished any Gundam designs yet? As in, like, model kits? I haven't built any model kits in a while. I have some sitting around, but... that actually should go there. There we go. Okay, and we want the pink and dark pink pieces. The pink leaves and dark pink flowers. Lego plans for... no, I have not. My free time is usually spent vegging out or working on D&D stuff. If I'm not working on, like, something related to the channel, like, working on thumbnails or responding to comments or something like that. There we go. Now we get another trio. 1, 2, and 3. Oops. There we go. Popped the leaf off. There we go. And there we go. Those are nice flower clusters. Always a lot of comments to respond to. Not necessarily a lot. I mean, it kind of depends on, I guess, your definition of a lot, but it does take time. It does take time. Okay, that goes right in there. Pair of dark gray 1x2 plates with round ends. And I think this is supposed to be a bench. A curved bench. Got a pair of macaroni in olive green. I mean, obviously, once I finish with comments, then there's more comments to do later, so... Also depends on how long I let it go for. Alright, let's see. So 3 of these, taking black 1x1 cylinder plates with hollow studs, putting them on the brown elephant trunks. Then we get 6 stem plants in there. And we make lots of these. Okay. Get that on there. I like the way that these clusters are looking. And having the little bit of green in there as well is pretty nice. I just love the odd things LEGO makes you say. Alright, so that's 1. That is 2. And that is 3. Put that one up there because it's done. There we go. And there we go. Alright, next up, 3 more. There we go. Get these in, and finally, that one. There we go. Yeah, those are really, really pretty clusters of flowers. So we get that there, that one in there, and that one there. Okay, and then we get 3 more of these. I'm not sure exactly where these are going to go. Oh, they'll probably clip on to parts of the trunks. I guess they could fit there, yeah. Alright. Makes sense. That's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then 1, 2, and 3 for our third one. Our second one, actually. There we go. And finally, 1 more. Set needs a hummingbird. Yeah, hummingbird I think would probably be really difficult to make at this scale. It would have to be like a single piece, and it would be more complex than the butterflies. All right, so we got those Prunus mume, and yes, they are attaching on there. There. And there. Alright. That is a very pretty tree. I don't know if it's a plum tree or a cherry tree. Mega Hummingbird. They have made a Hummingbird. It was an early idea set. This is pretty old though. So they also had these in the set. So it was a very good set. Just 21301 birds. The birds. It was Lego Ideas number 9. I use that box to roll dice in. That's why it's, it's just at hand. Alright, so that is the Botanical Garden. Extra pieces for the final bag. Trans light blue. Actually, is that... Yeah, it has a hollow stud. Trans light blue 1x1 cylinder plate with solid stud, and a black 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Brown 1x1 plate, brown 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg, and 1x1 plate flowers in green and dark pink, and a tan bucket handle for our extra pieces. Alright, so that is the Botanical Garden. Why do I roll dice in the box so they don't go on the floor? And it has sides, so they don't go on the floor. Alright, so the exterior is just absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. I love that little fountain up there. It's very nice. And then on the interior, we got all kinds of wonderful flowers inside. Some up there as well. Over on this side. We got like succulents and cacti and stuff. And then the lovely tree with the butterflies up in the dome. Just an absolutely wonderful set. Really good. Very much one of the most beautiful sets that they have made, especially at the price. Like, it's just really good. I highly, highly recommend it. And I am really excited to see what they end up making or doing with the Ideas one. What price? I want to say it's like $90, give or take. But most of the really beautiful Lego sets are really big, in my opinion. Like, there are some, I mean, and that's no criticism on the small sets and stuff. $80, there you go. Yeah, for 1,000 pieces as well. That's really good. Tons of great flower elements, plant elements, good colors, lots of useful pieces. Just an all-around excellent set. Highly recommend getting it. Very nice. And that is going to wrap us up tonight. When we come back on a Friday, we will be building some more of our museum in the evening. We'll be playing some Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster in the morning. Saturday, we'll be back for a double dose of Spelljammer, Pirates of Realm Space in the evening, and Tabletop at noon. Monday, we will be back to not play Zelda, because we finished that up. We are instead going to be playing King of the Castle until Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth comes out at the end of the month, which, as I've mentioned, is a heavily interactable game. You viewers will have lots of options on what you want to do to my kingdom that I'm running. You will probably try to destroy it because you're terrible like that, and you'll have those choices. In addition, owning the game makes you more likely to appear in the playthrough, and you get to customize your in-game character as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely keep that in mind, and you might want to get it. It's only like $7. It's really cheap, and it's a great-looking game. I love the art style for it. So do keep that in mind. And then next Wednesday, we will be back for some more retro gaming, and we'll be building something else in the evening. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I shall see you next time. See you then, everyone.